Hello, 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 and welcome to this Final Boss Fight live stream of Daggerheart. That's new and weird to say.
Daggerheart, you say?
Daggerheart. First of all, welcome back to the FBF Knights Rogue. 42 months. I hope you know where your towel is.
Nerd.
Yes, hello and welcome. I love how much of the trailers is John tempting fate. Of course it is.
Please keep my seat tidy while you're there.
We have no more seats. You have to sit on the floor.
No, I'm sitting on the road. What are you talking about?
We are joined by... My name is John. Let's start with that. Me, I'm John. I'm
John.
joined by Stanza.
Yo.
Danny.
Younger.
Sean.
That's John.
Yes, I am. And our special guest from No Small Roles, Daryl. Who we can't hear now, suddenly.
Daryl,
I can see the video moving, but I can't hear you anymore. Daryl, whose microphone has broken the second we've gone to the...
Gone to left.
Your mic.
Technology.
Curse you, Michael!
Go to the microphone.
While the technology starts to be forced to work, I'm going to start reading from the book.
It's crazy.
Oh,
No. Oh,
Yeah.
Marco, can you hear us?
I've been able to hear the whole time. Input was wrong.
there we go. Isn't that fun?
I'd like to think it's all Michael's fault still.
It probably is somehow. We're going to quickly cover off the basics of what you need to know to start playing Daggerheart, because they conveniently have given me a section of the book titled Things You Need to Know to Start Playing Daggerheart.
Well, that's very convenient.
Ah.
So I'll read that bit to you.
First, do a mystical dance under a full moon.
Which conveniently it may be tonight. I can't see the moon from here.
There is no full moon. That passed already.
Darn.
Oh.
Yeah,
First
looks
off-
like we've got to wait for another time.
First off, Daggerheart is a collaborative, narrative-focused role-playing game. That means we'll all be working together to tell a story using the mechanics of the game as our foundation. You will each make choices for your characters during the adventure, and I will describe the world reacting around them. Sometimes I might ask you a question, what your character knows about a place or has heard about a person, and I'll do my best to integrate your answers into the story we're telling together so that we're building the world together. Can I say together any more in a sentence?
Nah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think if we work together, we probably can.
Maybe.
If we together work together, then we can together.
Together
Indeed.
exception.
Together.
Let's talk about how we roll some dice in Daggerheart. I'll give you the basics, and we'll learn more as we go.
What you do is you roll the dice off your hand and allow gravity to take it.
You're taking it a little bit too basically there, Sean. If you're rolling physical dice, which some of you are rolling from the character sheet, I think, Stanza, are you going to roll real dice?
I'd like to.
By all means. Grab 2d12. These are called your duality dice. Decide which one represents hope and which represents fear. When your character has to do something in the story that is dangerous or could have consequences, I'll probably ask you to make an action roll. You roll both of the d12 and add the applicable character trait to the result. I'll usually tell you which one it is, but sometimes I might ask you to pick which one you think fits this situation. If you want to, you may use some of the tokens you have to represent the modifier for the roll. Let's start by making an agility roll. So roll agility.
Nah.
Don't
Agility. Boink.
Cool. Okay. I'll just wait for you to call it out.
Do I sum the dice rolled results together?
So sum the dice and add your total from the character sheet.
I don't even have any
Add the
pluses.
trait modifier. Okay. 17.
And did you roll with hope or fear?
Hope.
Tanny?
It seems like I rolled it with hope. 14.
Sean?
So it's the highest one is the one I rolled with, right?
Yes.
I rolled with fear.
Oh dear.
Spooky time.
And Daryl?
I rolled 11 total, but the majority was fear.
So if you roll with hope, you get to mark a hope on your sheet. Not this time.
This is a test.
If you roll with fear, I get a fear token.
Yeah.
I'm going to be using these little dice that you can't really see on the camera as fear tokens. I had this little bottle of dice for Christmas, and they're making brilliant tokens tonight. At the start of the game, you all start with 2 hope, and I start with 2 fear. Sometimes you might have an experience that applies to a roll. Maybe you'll have expert climber and are attempting to scale a wall, or you'll have eagle eye and you're trying to spot tracks in the dirt, or you have a sneaky bastard and you're trying to sneak somewhere.
That's me. I'm a sneaky bastard.
Yeah.
You can spend a hope before you roll and describe how the experience helps you, and you then get to add the value of that experience to your roll. Finally, on spellcasting rolls, because some of you have spellcasting abilities, these are action rolls that use your spellcast trait, which will be your subclass, which will be listed on your subclass foundation card. So I think, Stanza, what's your trait for spellcasting?
Instinct.
So if you need to make a spellcasting roll, you will use an instinct roll.
That time with fear.
All right, now that we've talked about how the dice roll, let's talk about what they do in the story. Usually I'll set the difficulty for a roll based on the situation, or I'll be using stuff from the book. Or you might have an ability or spell that has a number like spellcast roll 13. That's the difficulty of the roll you're doing. If you succeed, you get what you want. If you don't, then something different happens.
Yes.
If you get a success with hope, that means you accomplish your goal and all is well. And we continue the scene as you would like it to happen. A success with fear means that you do it, but there is a consequence or a complication. So I get to take a turn. This might mean that I'll change the story in some way. You might have to mark a stress. The bad guy might attack you. The environment might change in some way. I might gain fear on a fear roll, or something else entirely will happen. The move I make won't undermine your success. You will get what you wanted, but something else will happen as well. If you roll a failure with hope, you don't get what you wanted, but things won't necessarily go as bad as they could do. I'll make a move that matches the narrative based on your lack of success in the thing you're trying to do, and then the gameplay will turn back to you guys. If you roll a failure with fear,
Ooh.
things go very wrong. Saving the best for last, if you ever roll 2 of the same number, no matter what that number is, That is a critical success in Daggerheart. You get what you wanted and a little bit extra. You get to mark a hope. You also get to clear a stress if you have one. If it is an attack roll, you get to add your maximum damage dice as well as rolling the dice.
Ooh, it's the tasty version of crit damage.
Finally, we're going to talk a little bit about combat. When you want to attack a target, you'll ask me if it is within range of your weapon. If it is, you can make an action roll with that weapon using the trait it calls for. This is called an attack roll. If you succeed against the target... I know, it's crazy. Bear with me. If you succeed against the target, you'll then make a damage roll. Look at the damage dice section of your weapon and roll what it says, and then tell me the total and whether the damage is physical or magic damage. When a fight breaks out, I'll usually place this action tracker on the table. I will point down here to it. I have a bit of paper that says action tracker on it. Whenever you make an action roll or activate one of your features that says use an action, if we were playing around the same table, you would place a token on this piece of paper. But for now, because we're playing via the powers of the internet, I'll do all the putting things on this because I'm the only one that's in this room. Unless Sean is that much of a sneaky bastard.
That's what John thinks.
Then
You should really try to wear that cup, John.
Then when any player rolls with failure or fear, I can use a GM move to spend as many of those tokens as I want to activate the enemies. We'll see it all in action soon, but for now, let's take a short break where we'll actually, play some of the game. This is the introductory adventure titled Sablewood Messengers. We'll see how far through it we get. And go from there.
Oh.
This evening, your party finally made it to the Sablewood, a sprawling forest of colossal trees. Some say are even older than the Forgotten Gods. It's a place renowned for two things: sunken pathways that provide the trade routes for many travelling merchants, and its unique hybrid animals. Even now, from within your carriage, you can hear the strange sounds, the bird call of the lark moths, the croak of the lemur toads, the skittering of a family of fox bats in the underbrush. One of you is driving the carriage. Who is it?
Me.
Okay.
I don't trust these three to drive the thing.
Rhyme,
Smash.
isn't it?
Smash cut to Barnaby
I'm not
drifting around
Ryan.
a corner.
Who are you, Tanny?
I'm Asher.
Asher. Let me try and remember this. Asher, Rhyme, Sid, and Sean's character name goes here.
Barnaby.
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 I can give you the full name if you want.
Please don't
We'll
break him.
save that for a moment.
It'll
Please do it,
take
I'll
one.
break him.
Asher,
Yes.
you've noticed something unusual or unique about the look of the trees in this part of the Sablewood. What is it?
Let's see. The only thing unique about them is that they seem to have little lights on them. A little bit lit up.
So a little bit of
Maybe
bioluminescence in the tree, like little
Yeah.
pockets of lit up.
Areas in the trees and all in
Glowing
the
sap?
maybe. Seems like it.
Okay. So as the trees cast a dim light on the path that you're making your way through this forest, Your steed pulls the carriage around a tight corner, one wheel coming off the ground for just a moment. You see an overturned merchant's cart laying sideways on the path in front of you, blocking your way. A scattering of fruit and vegetables litter the trail. From around the side of the carriage steps a Strix wolf, a large creature with the body of the wolf and the face of an owl, and long wings adorning its back. It finishes chewing its meal, the head of a dead merchant, as it stares at you, curious, trying to judge whether you are friend or foe. Then you see, following clumsily behind, two small pups watching their mother cautiously. From within, the rest of you feel your carriage come to a stop. What would you like to do?
Easy does it. We can go quietly, don't antagonize them, and maybe we'll avoid some harm.
Seems like a best point.
I mean, do we have anything like any meat we can throw it and like get it just off the trail?
I think the turned over cart is a bit of an obstacle, even if we get rid of the Strix.
Yeah, but if we get rid of the wolf, we can then try and, I don't know, shift it. I mean, you guys are strong. Well, you two are. I don't. Me and me and Flutters over here aren't that great at it, but
How tall is everybody? I'm curious.
I'm very small, mate. I have to look up at all of yous.
I'm probably 5'9", maybe. No, probably 5'6".
But that thing is pretty big. And it might be satisfied by its meal, it might not be. But easy does it. We'll just wait to see what it does. But hands on your stingers if it turns sour, you know?
Let me see if I got anything in my package or something.
Let's take a beat in the roleplay to just describe your characters for everybody that might not know who you are. We'll start.
Who am I?
Who am I?
We'll start with Barnaby.
No. Oh, yeah. I'm Barnaby. I could go into full names, but we'll be here a while.
We've got a moment, so by all means.
Okay, Barnaby Brett, Spencer Jean, Lawrence Barry, Clarence Lloyd, Hubert Doris, Christian Gage, Manuel, Randall Bryan, Tom Marshall, Stanley Richard, Jay Randolph, Josiah Dwayne Swip.
You know what, guys? I think
we'll go with Barnaby.
I think Lady D has been thrown off her throne. Barnaby is taken over.
Damn straight I have. Anyway, he's a simia. So he's like a monkey. He looks kind of like a squirrel monkey.
Okay.
You can Google a squirrel monkey if you want to.
I am going
I think we might have seen one sort of like whilst going through this wood.
But yeah, he's like about 5'6". He wears kind of just like simple gamblesome, but with like a big, quite a relatively. It was once a very nice coat, but it's a bit tatty now.
Is that it was once a very nice coat that belonged to somebody else, or
it wasn't his coat? Of course not. And a pair of just simple like leather trousers, and he's got like, kind of like the beginnings of a boot, but because obviously handy feet, he keeps those open.
Okay.
And tail, like normal monkey tail, and he's got usually a permanent shit-eating grin. And one of his, and I want to put this, I tried, you have no idea how much I tried to find a picture that would match this. And he's also got a gold tooth, a gold canine.
Okay.
Cute.
But yeah, constant shit-eating grin.
Asher.
I remember this is my character.
Who the hell am I?
Who the fuck is this guy? Well, let me tell you a story about Asher. Asher is a very, very brave warrior traveling amongst this well, traveling amongst the lands and stars, you name it, anything. He's a Dracona. They are Dracona, with basically almost like white, slight iridescent scales. They are quite tall, probably rummaging on 6'2". Their horns are like almost like kind of ombre from a blue to white. Clad in a bit of armor, side a bit of like on the side more leather armor. Wings popping now and then. You know, in the end of the day, they are just traveling, spreading stories, and protecting anyone who needs it. There you go.
Rhyme.
That's all.
Rhyme is sort of like a blue-tinged fairy with long dragonfly wings. So like imagine so like they'd have to have holes in their cloak to get the wings out, huh?
Okay.
There are many pockets in the cloak, so one of them has sand in it. And shoulders have tattoos. Each tattoo is an oath. Fairies are often less than 5 feet.
I see.
And Sid.
Sid is a ribbit, literally a frog guy. But instead of the traditional green, he's red with a black line stripe from the top of his head down to his back, and circular dots to mark his skin. He's wearing 2 swords. He keeps a broadsword across his back and a short sword across his waist, and he has a kind of like very like almost cartoonish like a sack attached to the end of a stick, and all his belongings are in there. He doesn't believe in carrying much, just his sword, some sleeping bits, and a couple of insecty snacks in his bag.
Just the important
He's
bits and
got-
pieces.
Yeah, just the important bits. He lives by the sword, living on the road. That's what he wants to do. Leather armor, a tattered cape, tattered like a yellowish, dirty cape, and a white scarf around his neck.
Okay. The Strix Wolf mother is weary of your movement. The pups are going about their business, picking apart the remnants of the cart. Who would like to lead the situation here?
I don't know about leading, but if we want to stay in, shelter inside the wagon and keep watch relatively safely, Rhyme can summon a floating eye.
I'm gonna
That
need
could work.
I'm gonna need somebody to make a presence roll to deal with this situation.
Oh, I will go for it.
Okay. Sid, roll me a presence check.
Okay. That is 13 total with hope.
Okay. So mark a hope.
Thank you.
The Strix Wolf looks at your group and realizes that she's outnumbered here. And that while you might not mean to cause her harm, it would be better if she and her pups went somewhere else for now. And so you see that she ushers the 3 pups to climb up onto her back. She spreads her wings and she takes off into the trees. You can see her eyes watching you as she goes, but she is retreating.
Yeah, you better run.
Sid eases the grip off his broadsword across his back and heaves out a sigh of relief. All right. Means we can get on the road faster.
Let me
Wanna
just
get back
search
to it?
this place.
I mean, hops down off the wagon, and kind of saunters up to the other cart. Be a shame to let all this stuff go to waste. You know, it's like, it just starts gathering up the fruit and vegetables.
Yeah,
Asher's just gonna quickly sort out the carriage.
Okay.
Rhyme's flitted out of the carriage and Zueka is looking around for where the body is.
Okay. Sean,
Yes.
while there are a number of fruit and veg on the ground, you do see that the cart has been stripped of most of its valuables.
One's been
Little-
here first.
A little odd for a Strix wolf to nick a bunch of valuable stuff.
Rhyme.
Honestly, oh,
I'm gonna gather probably not. So it's probably got him.
The dead
seen
driver.
bandits block the road to hit a cart like this before. Honestly, the Strix will surprise me.
The dead driver has a mangled arm, which appears to have been picked at by the Strix Wolf family.
I assume there's no wallet.
Do you investigate further?
Yep.
Roll me a check for this investigation.
Are you letting it open to my interpretation?
Yeah. What do you think you'd investigate this with?
Oh, I guess I'm looking for sound. It's like any sort of like the sound or touch or glimpse of shinies.
Okay, so I think that's going to be an instinct check.
Yeah. That is 13 with hope.
Okay, so mark a hope. And you investigate. You do find there is indeed no wallet. Or satchel of gold or anything. You do also notice that the driver's neck has been slit.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, points out the blade wound to Barnaby.
Oh yeah. Just turns to the others. He's had his neck slit.
Asher and Sid, as you two are standing back with the cart, which one of you is most likely to be paying attention to your surroundings?
Oh, Sid,
I-
sure.
Yeah, because Asher's trying to fix the cart a bit.
Okay. Sid, roll me an instinct roll.
That is 12 fear.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to take a fear token. Thank you very much. In a whirlwind of cracking branches and unsheathed blades, a group of 4 thistle folk jump from the underbrush alongside the road. The overturned cart was an ambush. They stand before you, weapons drawn, blocking the road. I'm taking out the battle tracker, and we're going to start a fight. The
Blades out,
opponents,
blank. We're gonna get jumped. Let's go.
the opponents will act first.
Oh, hell no.
Having the upper hand, the 3 thistle folk rush you. Said 4 thistle folk a moment ago. Huh.
Okay, the 28 thistle folk.
One of them
The
one of
81.
them buggered off, apparently.
Yeah. He jumps out. Ah! Nah. Walks up.
I'm good.
Um, Oh, 3 of them attack you first, and 1 of them hangs back. There we go.
Sneaky.
Oh, he's trying to be all cool and mysterious.
Yes.
I don't need to stab people.
I stab people anyway.
So 3 of the I could have picked an easier name for me to pronounce.
People.
3 of the
People.
thistle folk rush you. Because of their feature ambush, I get to take an attack, even though there are no tokens on the tracker just yet. This only happens when they enter the scene, so it won't happen every turn. But right now they are slashing at you with daggers protected by armor made of polished stones. So I'm going to make an attack against Barnaby first. That's
not how you make friends.
That is going to be a grand total of a mighty 4.
And that's against my evasion, correct?
That is against your evasion.
Not even slightly close.
Okay. Against Rhyme, that is going to be an even more mighty 6.
Flittering out the way.
And finally, against the slightly distracted Asher, the dice actually rolled something with double digits.
Oh
No.
dear.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
And is it my evasion?
That is hitting your evasion.
Oh my god, my evasion is like 7. Oh no.
Okay. So they strike you with their daggers. And I am looking for that
You can mark
dice.
to reduce the damage if you wish.
Let's find out.
They might roll like nothing in damage.
That would be
Sometimes I have
impressive.
to roll a 0.
They rolled a 5, 13 points of damage.
Okay, where would I on this
So
thing?
on the sheet, you see where it says your damage thresholds. Actually, there's a button that says calculate damage.
Where are you? Calculate damage.
Directly underneath evasion.
Ah, I see.
If you
Okay.
press that, it brings a thing up on the sidebar that helps you calculate the damage.
Okay, this damaged hashtag, enter the raw damage number.
So that would be 13.
Boink. Ah, mark 2 hit points. I shall apply.
So you got heal. Before you mark apply, you have armor slots.
I have none.
You have usable armor slots.
Yes, but it's empty. There's literally nothing.
Yeah, you can.
Unless it says out of 7.
You can tick them up.
So 1, 2.
So you have used 0 at the moment.
Yes.
If you mark them off, the damage number gets reduced by your armor value.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes below the minor threshold, the 2 hit points become 1 hit point. Your armor is one of the things that you can repair on a short rest.
Right, so what do I do now then? Just apply the 2 hit points because it's saying 0 out of 7.
Yeah, if
The
you
0
apply-
is that you've used none of them.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
use
yeah.
them.
Oh, so I can use them, so I'll just...
Yeah,
press
that's how many you've used out of your thing, not.
Alright.
How much you've got? Yeah.
Alright, so
It's slightly confusingly worded.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, so I'll apply 1. And then I'll apply... And I'll press apply then. Boom.
Nice.
Okay. And as the 3 thistle folk end their turn, I turn it over to you guys.
How close are they?
The three thistle folk that rushed up to you would be in melee range.
Oh, that's closer than very close, right?
The thistle folk, the final thistle folk is slightly further back, so one range distance away from you at the moment.
Cool.
It is up to you what you do, who takes turns. There is no initiative. You can just say you want to do a thing.
I would like to conjure some blades of ice and cast them at the three nearby thistlefolk.
Okay.
That
Roll
is
to do
spending
this.
a hope. That is the roll you, right? Okay, what is guessing a spellcast roll is you roll your dice and then you add your proficiency.
So it would be adding for you. It would be adding your instinct.
Okay, I just saw something about proficiency. Proficiency is to damage, I guess.
Yes, proficiency is the number of dice you roll when you deal damage.
That's okay. I think you'll like this.
I don't know if I will, but we'll see.
Well, it's with fear, but it's also a 20.
Okay. Does the spellcasting ability
Make a spellcast roll, and all targets that you succeed against take D8 plus 2 magic damage using your proficiency.
Ooh.
So that will be 2d8 for you. And that will hit all three of them.
Jeez.
Okay, 2d8 plus 2. 12.
Okay, so that would be... Oh, boy.
You one-shot them.
Yes.
Oh my god!
My gosh.
The three charge forward ice knives.
Into action.
And the three that charge in, 12 was their severe damage threshold, so that's 3 hit points.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
So you just fling out these ice knives and think, think, think into each of them. I'm going to use the fear, because you did roll with fear, to say that it is the turn of the thief. And I'm going to spend a fear. The thief is going to rush forward and use his back off ability.
You
so,
lost.
I didn't name it. Halo. He is going to make attack roll against each of you.
Oh, is it now?
And potentially blast you with a shock wave of defensive magic. Or not, because he rolled a 9 total.
Well,
Oh, wait, hang on. That's my evasion, right?
Against...
My evasion's 8.
Okay.
Against 7.
again, no. It's weird playing a rogue that essentially can't be hit.
I'm really trying to learn the mechanics. It is just so confusing right now.
I'm with it so far, but yeah, you're explaining everything as we go, so I don't mind.
Okay, so who gets hit with that?
Sid.
And Asher.
Nope.
Okay, so Sid and Asher, you both... Oh, God, come back into the dice, Che.
Never.
That's 10 plus 3 is 13. You take 13 points of magic damage and you get pushed to far range.
Oh, I'm going to use an armor slot to reduce that.
Okay.
Can you
So
do as many as you want, or does it just have to be one?
You can do as many as you want, I believe. Let me
You can
double
try
check
two.
that.
But
Wait.
obviously, you've got to maintain how much armor you have until you can repair it.
yeah.
Yes.
Hang on. Yeah, one armor slot is fine because that makes it minor damage, so I lose 1 hit point instead of 2.
Alright, I'm gonna go by one as well.
You
so,
can mark as many armor slots off as you'd like.
Yeah,
So
because
I
I'm
can
already.
essentially make... Sorry, you go.
It's just that my HP's like you only get like 6 HP by the looks of it, and Mori got
Yes.
for 4 out of 6. So I'm just like,
Once you
Yeah.
use up all of your
So I can
armor,
essentially reduce this damage to 0. Like,
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Once you mark off all of your armor slots, your armor is considered broken and won't be able to be used until you repair it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just mark off 1. I'll take the hit.
Okay. And then it is back to you guys.
Oh, is he dead?
No, he did a thing. He rushed forward. He blasted you all out. That was his action.
Nah, I'm gonna
So-
take him out.
Okay.
I'm gonna
You
take
go-
this guy
For a
out.
nice,
You go
For a nice
flying
meal, or-
backwards. You go
Oh, I can
flying
use
backwards.
retaliation.
True.
Ooh.
So when I take damage from a creature in melee range. Oh no, wait! You said I went flying backwards.
You took the damage while you were in melee range and flew backwards as a result of it. So he did rush up into melee range to blast you all.
Okay. Well, retaliation. I'll read the ability. When you take damage from a creature in melee range, you may mark a stress to immediately deal weapon damage to the creature at half proficiency, rounded up. My proficiency is 2, so I guess it's 1.
Yeah.
So it's 1d8 plus 2.
Okay. So mark a stress off.
Cool. That's done. 1d8. So that's a 7 plus 2, so that's a 9 for the retaliation.
So that is a major.
Does that card now go into my vault now that I've used that? Or
No.
Oh, okay.
Just
Cool.
stays readied.
Sweet. I'm still going to attack him if he's still up.
He is still up. He's hurt, but he's still standing.
Oh.
He's sort of looking around a little bit, like wary, with a dagger and serrated dagger blade in one hand, sort of dark, polished stones as armor, just trying to wasn't expecting his entire crew to get taken out in one swing of a ice knife.
Well, I'm going to hit him with my swords. Cool. So, because I've got 2 weapons. It looks like it's not 2 attacks, but it's 2d8 plus 2 physical.
Okay, so roll the attack roll first.
Which is the hope die, a hope and fear die, right?
Hope and fear die. Add your whatever the ability is for your sword. So I think that's agility for your
Agility.
broadsword.
Yep. Oh dear. That is 15 fear.
So that'll hit. Roll
Oh,
the
wait,
damage.
it's not- Yeah. Okay, cool. Here we go. 8 total.
Okay, so he's going to go down. But for the sake of the fact that you rolled with fear, I'm not going to take a fear token. I'm going to say that you just sprain your ankle a little bit. Mark another stress.
Oh, please, neck. I didn't warm up this morning.
And as the combat finishes, I'd like you to describe a brief travel montage of the rest of your travel time to the town of Hush.
Ashley's pulling out a story again. Telling a tale about something.
Sid is literally rubbing his ankle, muttering.
Barnaby is cataloguing all the stuff he nicked from those guys, as well as all the stuff from the cart.
Okay.
I imagine at some point Rhyme is checking over their tattooing too. That is their rune ward trinket.
Okay, I'm going to say that during the travel time, you can take a short rest.
Cool.
A short rest is when you get to catch your breath. It takes about an hour. If you had additional domain cards, you could swap them in and out of your in and out of the vault at this point. But at this level, all of your loadout is available at all times. You can choose 2 moves from the list of downtime actions, or take the same move twice. You can attempt to patch your wounds, which will clear 1d4 hit points of damage. You can clear your stress and clear 1d4 stress points, or you can attempt to repair your armor and clear 1d4 armor slots, or you can prepare for the day ahead and gain a hope. If you prepare with one or more of the other party members, you each gain 2 hope.
Ooh.
And you can also assist an ally with any of the stress repairing or tending to wounds.
Well, I'm definitely fixing up my HP because I'm like 4 out of 6. I'm
Okay.
assuming if it goes full, I'm down because I'm still
Correct.
trying to learn this HP. It's really confusing me.
So if you mark off all 6 of your HP, your character goes down.
Right. And if all my marked of stress is full, what happens to me there?
You get very stressed, and I can't remember, but I'll look it up.
Right.
Cool. I'm gonna roll to clear some stress.
Okay.
I rolled a 3, so that's all my stress gone.
Ooh!
Because I had 2 stress.
Yep.
Took a very good deep breath.
Seems like I don't have a... Can I actually do a...
And I'll clear 1 health because I only lost 1 hit point, so I'm good. That's my 2 actions for resting.
I rolled a 3, so I rolled a 3 for patching my wounds up because Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3, off. Lovely.
And what would you like to do with the second action, Tanny?
Definitely gonna repair my armor because that
Okay.
took a bit of hit. So I would do another 1d6, 1d4. Yes. Roll. Roll the 1. 1.
I came out of that okay, so I'm happy to help with wounds, armor, or stress for anyone who needs it.
Yes, please.
Which would you prefer?
Armor, please.
Oh, that's the tricky one.
Sorry. It's
okay. It's okay.
It's
I can either try stitch it up, or I can do something silly and try freeze some stones to the side of your armor, like the thistle thief armor looked like.
Hey, I wouldn't mind if you just patch it up. That's cool for me.
Okay, hot. Wait. Oh right. I don't actually have to roll the 2d12s. That's
Yep, just
sufficient.
roll a d4.
Yeah.
Okay, muddy d4. Let's go. 3.
Ooh, lovely. And now my armor slot is completely free from any kind of slots.
You get some fine silvery stitching.
Thank you very much, Rhyme.
Oh, as fine as Rhyme can do, because Rhyme is not very finessey.
Thank you anyway.
Indeed.
Mention it.
Sean, what did...
Rhyme will probably prepare it using their second action to prepare, so
Okay.
I'll wait to see if anyone else prepares.
Sean, what would you like to do with your...
Well, one of my actions I'm going to prepare as well to gain a hope.
do you
Just going.
prepare with...
Maybe we're talking each other up about how
Yeah.
well the party dealt with that.
just like both of us just go, God, those two just got mangled by that guy, didn't they?
I was thinking more about like how Sid took down that who looked like the leader of those bandits.
Yeah, after he got like fucking knocked the shit out of, Jesus.
Oh, you watch your mouth, yeah? I didn't warm up properly this morning. It took me by
Oh,
surprise,
did you
that's all.
did you hurt your little ankle? Did you, princess?
I bloody did. You all saw me. It hurt my leg, you know? Shockwave come out of bloody
Guys,
nowhere.
come on now. Seriously, like,
I stopped
Can
the
you
git
cut
now,
it?
didn't I? I got him. He's down, isn't he? Bloody
You did.
hell.
You did manage to bring him down after you had a bit of a tumble.
All right, listen. All right, you listen here, right?
hey, you both, cut it now. I don't want any more bickering on the road.
Oh yes, we prepare.
Asher channels don't make me turn this thing around, energy.
Exactly.
So if we're helping each other prepare, we get 2 correct.
You get 2 hope.
Yeah! You've lost
And
both.
that's cool.
now-
So for my second action, I should probably try and help someone else. We've both got 2 poorly people, though. We've like at least 1 HP each.
I've only got 1 HP left.
Wow.
Not one HP left, but I've only got
1 HP marked.
marked. Yes, my brain decided not to work.
And Sid is fine.
Full health. Yeah, full health. Full health, no stress.
So
Walked it off.
yeah, I'm just gonna just not making anything of it. Just kind of just walk up to Asher, just go, come here, and just like that. You got like his cut or something, and he just like gets out just like gets out a sewing needle. Just come here. Just
See,
help.
what are you doing?
Asher.
Hold him down.
Wait, I'm trying to hold the cart.
Come on, you baby.
Sid, someone take the cart quickly.
and proceeds to just stitch up this cut.
The fact is that they are driving.
Yeah.
It's like, Sid, right, somebody, quickly take this off. Oh, I lose control again.
Taking it, bloody hell.
Yeah, is it a horse or a pair of horses or some other kind of creature that's pulling the cart?
It mentioned a steed, but I believe that is up to you guys. What is it?
It's a skeletal steed, man.
It's a goat
okay.
draft. We're going to go for the whole full hybrid situation here.
Go giraffe.
Sure. Yes, and
It's beautiful, majestic in many ways.
I
Yeah.
believe
That's
if you run out of stress in a combat, you go down. You don't go into dying, but you are
Okay.
out of that scene.
Having a bad time.
You are mentally ill prepared.
By the way, so like after Ashes gets patched up, like he kind of smacks Bonnie in the back of the head, like, next time, tell me you're gonna do it properly before. At least give me a warning.
If
Please control throughout territory.
if I come running at you with a needle and thread, you would have run off like a baby you are.
Mate, I am trying. I'm driving the cart right now. Okay. Like, give me a warning next time. I'm gonna use
I remember that time you got a paper cut and you were crying about it until someone came along with like a bit of fucking bandage for you.
You're not getting my drift here, man.
The
I don't know what
path.
kind of accent I'm going for this guy, but it's somewhat American.
It's
going
somewhere.
Yay!
Going on a big journey.
definitely.
The
Good
path
direction.
leads you further into the forest until you spot a large stone pillar carved top to bottom in ancient dwarven symbols. This denotes
I've got to read
one
that.
this denotes one corner of the peaceful village of Hush.
Huh.
Oh,
When you pass beyond the stone marker, you feel a small sensation like the pop of a bubble. Then the sounds of friendly chatter becomes louder. Though the trees of the Sablewood are unchanged here, there is a distinctive, safe and comforting air. You feel a few smiling faces turn to you as the carriage rolls in, waving or casting a warm greeting towards your party. There is lively music drifting from the direction of the tavern at the centre of town. You know you need to find the White Fire Arcanist to deliver the package from the king, but what would you like to do?
Be not creeped out by all these smiling people.
Get the news of the lay of the land. Find out how the folk are doing.
Sounds like I may have
Mission.
to find some grow some food.
but yeah,
Probably needs
I can
food.
get an airborne view of the place a bit. Around a bit.
Well, just make back to the rendezvous after we've done this, guys. I'm gonna find some food and then I might go head back to
What,
the.
If you're
we
hungry,
have
I've
to
got all these
establish a
fruits and vegetables.
rendezvous for that to work. What rendezvous?
You know,
Alright.
the area we have to give this to the White Archivist. Do you not know the reason why we're
Oh.
here?
Oh well, if you know where they are, why don't we just get that out of the way?
No, well,
What does everyone want to do? Do we want to like just give over the package first and then relax after? Do you want to take a minute because we've just been in a little scrap? So, what does everyone want to do?
I mean, makes sense to try and get rid of this package beforehand, because then we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Makes sense.
yep. And then after that, we can find some food. Because Barnaby once again has eaten all of the food again.
I mean, I've got all this lovely fruit and all this fresh produce that I procured.
You're aware, Barnaby.
All right, then let's get on with the job. Then let's hand over the package and have some nice downtime.
I mean, did they say where this girl thing is?
Let's see by my
What is
notes.
do we have a name? What is the title again?
You need to find the White Fire Arcanist.
Just flutter up to the nearest person, just like, "There's the White Fire Arc."
Well, hang on. We want to be a bit more circumspect than that. We just got jumped by robbers, you know. We just want to see if we can spot them out first, you know. Probably the tavern's the most obvious space.
I mean,
find
tavern
one.
makes sense.
The
Aye,
the
agreed.
female dwarf that you approach, Rhyme, looks at you with a bit of a shocked face, carrying a barrel of ale over her shoulder. She's an older female dwarf with a thick beard. And she looks past you and is slightly confused about the White Fire Arcanist. But she looks over to Sid and to Asher and says, "Those are fine weapons."
Oh, yeah, you got an eye for.
Do they have names?
Nah, they're just
Nope.
stabbers, mate.
I am
shame.
I am waiting for the perfect sword or weapon to give it. Well, hollowed axe for the perfect name. At the moment, it's just doing me good.
Does anyone else have weapons like visible about their person?
I mean,
You can-
Barnaby will have a dagger on his hip and a crossbow on his back.
Ryan
Yeah.
has a dual staff.
The hollowed axe and the circular thing is out on their hips.
Do you does your dagger have a name?
Dagger? No. It's just a little dagger.
Do you know when it was made?
You'd have to ask the owner.
I thought I was.
You'd think that, wouldn't you?
I did.
I
Yes,
suppose it was made about 10 years ago.
Oh. Sure. I'm afraid I don't know the White Fire Arcanist, but Fidget knows just about everyone in town. So
Fidget?
yeah, small kid. They know just about everything. Well, everyone in town, and they've
Where's
made it.
Fidget?
They're over there, and
Wheels around to wherever they point.
the dwarven woman points over to a small human who is hanging upside down out of a tree.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
and
You're
they're looking at you very excitedly because you're someone new and interesting.
you're right up there, Fidget.
Yeah, just lighting the lanterns.
So,
Upside down.
I suppose you might know this White Fire Arcanist spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them going into the Clover Tavern. Do you need me to
It's
point
awful.
the way?
Yeah, that'd be real helpful of you. Thank you.
Fidget sort of lowers themselves out of the tree and then drops down like the last foot and a half or so.
Oh.
And you can see that they're constantly moving. Like they don't stand still. They push through the crowd of people. Makes it a little bit difficult to follow them, but every so often you can see, like they'll scale up the side of a market stand or a pile of boxes and just sort of wait for you to catch up.
Barnaby is following him exactly, including climbing over market stalls.
I'm using air superiority.
Some
Sid
of
is
you,
struggling a little bit because he's very small.
some of you have a harder time following than others.
Yep.
I am just fine.
The
We have
Clover Tavern.
Slimy boy and flyy person.
The Clover Tavern is a sight to behold, with 6 curving stories climbing the trunk of an ancient tree. This is at the heart of the community, always crowded with music and good-natured conversation. Newcomers to the bar must take off their shoes and hang them over a line that stretches across the bar's ground floor.
Joke's on you, no shoes.
Inevitably, by the time the visitor leaves, their shoes will have been shined and filled with small trinkets.
Oh, cute.
Fidget explains this tradition to you and goes to enter and is shooed away because they're too young to enter the tavern.
Other kind of shoe.
As you enter, what would you like to do?
Hang up my shoes.
I actually don't have any shoes on, so they'll just plonk in.
Okay.
I'll eye up a pair of shoes that I'm going to claim as mine later.
You're just gonna
Gosh.
Why would you do that for us?
He hasn't said that. He's not telling you that.
I'm saying it out loud. I'm saying that as like myself.
As Tanny, I condemn this position.
Continue condemning.
Well then.
Right. So, anyone spot this individual?
Well, an alchemist sounds like someone who knows magic, so I'm going to open my arcane sense.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna see if there like any random stranger in a corner of a tavern.
Barnaby is going to go to the bar and order a drink.
Stanza, Rhyme opens their arcane senses. And there is a arcane individual about 3 floors higher up the tavern.
Oh.
So you're going to have
Right.
to make your way upstairs.
Well, I just got to the bar.
Or you can stay down here and have a drink. The rest of us can go upstairs.
I was planning to just wait. What size mugs do they have?
They have a plethora of mug sizes to fit all
Right.
creatures.
I'm gonna buy a drink and sort of like make sure everyone knows it's sort of like where I'm headed and start heading upstairs.
Barnaby is going to grab the tankard in his tail and make his way up there as well.
Sid will just go upstairs. Who will forgo any opportunity to have a drink.
Yeah, I'll go up as well.
It's really good beer, though.
It's all right, I believe you. But I just want to keep my mind focused on business at hand.
Yeah. It makes sense. Don't want you twisting your ankle again.
Listen, mate, you are treading on very thin plywood right about now.
How dare
Very
you besmirch
careful
the wood quality of this fine establishment? we both see him upstairs.
You
Yep.
head up the stairs. And Sean,
Yes.
how does the second floor of the tavern look so different than the first?
So the ground floor is kind of like your standard kind of medieval tavern. It's like wood and like low beams, all that jazz. Somehow, the second floor is mainly stone
Okay.
with like another stone bar with stone tables and a stone floor. Somehow.
What I'm picking up on here, Sean, is it may be made of stone.
What gave you that idea?
I don't know.
But it's just like it's like a lot of very heavy looking material that shouldn't be on the second
Shouldn't
floor.
be on the second floor. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it's different.
Behind the bar, you can see a dwarven barkeeper with a strong beard. And the walls are sort of decorated with pickaxes and other mining equipment.
All right.
As you make your way up to the third floor, where Rhyme informs you there is a magical ping on their arcane senses. Tanny, what smell permeates the air on the third floor?
It smells quite mossy and
Ooh.
like what stone would smell like if it's been rained on.
Okay.
Smells quite earth-like.
You track the magical ping, Stanza.
But it could be a ding.
A ding or a ping or a boop. In fact, it could be all of these things, because what you do find at the end of this magical search is a clank.
Ooh.
A humanoid robot of indeterminate age. and you can see he's sort of sat at a table with a number of playing cards and acorns spread out on the table in front of him, apparently playing some form of game that you can't, from visual cues, work out the rules of, and he seems to be moving the cards and acorns around.
It's Wicked Grace.
Some kind of solo game, or are there other players?
Seems to be playing it alone. You do notice that the shoulder, his metallic shoulder pauldron, has a number of scratches across its surface as a foxbat rests on his shoulder.
Aw.
And he looks up. Hello.
Hey,
Well met.
How can I help you?
I suppose you are the White Fire Arcanist, right?
I'm afraid I'm not, but you are travelers here. You've come from afar.
Yeah.
Right.
She is quite busy, but as you've travelled so far, I'm sure she'll be more than hospitable. We would be lost without her. She keeps the whole of Hush under a powerful ward so that the dangers of the Sablewood just pass by the town.
Answers one of my questions.
I will show you to her house.
It's very kind of you.
It's hanging from one of the old Sablewood trees. You can't miss it.
Right. Fred,
A
could
hanging
you
house?
trouble me just a sec, I'm sorry. Could you
Yes.
trouble us with your name, friend? You've been very helpful without us asking you for anything.
I am sorry. My name is Halathon Fives.
Alathon 5, well, it's a pleasure to meet you. How is it you know this organist?
We all know the Arcanist here. She is famous in these parts and hard to miss.
Right. What's the equivalent of an insight check in this game?
It would probably be an instinct roll.
And can I use a hope point to offset the value of the hope die that I roll? Is that how it works?
So if you've got an experience that you think would match this, you can spend a hope to add your experience.
What is pirate? I've got pirate. But I don't know if that's appropriate.
Convince me that your skills as a pirate match what you are trying to do here.
Well, as a pirate, dealing with all sorts of shady folk, you want to be on the, you want to be wary of someone who's leading you up a place that you don't want to be going. So it's just like a healthy suspicion of mysterious strangers.
Okay. Yeah, roll, spend a hope, roll, and you can add the +2 from your experience.
That's an 8 total, and I rolled fear.
Okay. You think this is perfectly fine.
Lead the way.
Halcyon gathers up the acorns and the cards.
What the hell were you playing?
It's a game I used to play. I've been trying to remember the rules for a little while.
Well, good luck with that. You might be able to. Looks complicated enough. You might be able to get some money out of it.
He offers one of the acorns up to the foxbat and then starts leading you south of to the south end of the town.
On my way out, I'm going to claim my shoes.
Hey, shoes.
Making your way past the homes of the village and then through the farmlands of Hush, you see a variety of crops that have begun to cultivate a thin layer of glowing blue moss over the top of the fruit and vegetables. And the moss pulses softly like a heartbeat as you pass.
Hey, is this normal?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It can't be right.
It is not.
No. Yeah, are you dealing with like parasitic infestation or something?
I'm unsure what that means.
As in, like, let's see. Like things that shouldn't be on there is taking over food, can potentially poison it or something. Parasite.
We are concerned with the glowing moss.
Oh.
Among the thriving groves, you notice that the sablewood trees in this area have hundreds of unique faces carved into all sides, the eyes peering in every direction. One tree, taller than the rest, bears the Arcanist's home like an overripe fruit. It hangs from a braid of rope, as wide as a giant's forearm, tied to a massive branch and counterweighted to a cabin-sized boulder laying at the base of the tree. The stone is marked with a collection of symbols, and the cabin windows flash with a soft yellow-green light. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna take in the view as we walk into the destination. It's quite nice.
Sort of cast a kind of somewhat experienced eye on the passers-by, try to see if there's anything unusual about their comings, to and froing. See if there are any oddities.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. People are milling around. It seems like a safe space in the middle of somewhere that normally this wouldn't be here. Without whatever it is the Arcanist's ward does, the Sablewood is not a safe location.
If this is on the way to the Arcanist's house, then I guess as we go past the crops, I might try sort of like. I guess for a start, they would just like try to like swirl a bit of water above moss in case it reacts before doing something for the actual idea, which is to try see if there's moss inside the water to try pull the water out of the moss. Magically poking at it, pretty much.
Roll an instinct check.
Oh! I got 2 5s.
Oh. That's a critical success, so you can mark a hope. If you have a stress, you can clear that stress.
Nice.
There is moisture within the moss. And you attempt to focus and pull it out, and the moss dries as you pull the moss off of the fruit. You can see the fruit underneath looks to be overripe.
Ah.
And you now stand at the base of a tree. Hanging from one of its branches is a cabin. a giant rope over one of the branches of the tree leads back down to a equally sized boulder that holds the cabin aloft in the tree. What would you like to do to get the Arcanist's attention?
Don't think I like that laugh.
I'm
No.
not sure I like that laugh, and I'm the GM.
What are you thinking?
I mean, you can just fly up.
Ryan can fly. Yeah.
Just be
Unless
careful.
anyone objects, Ryan will fly up for a hello.
I just call out, just be careful.
Yeah, don't break your neck.
All right then.
You fly up to the cabin and you look inside and you see a 7-foot tall humanoid firefly.
Oh.
The Arcanist is a fairy that moves with a combination of very slow and suddenly jerky movements. Though her expression is difficult to read, her emotions are very clear in her voice. She is old but spry and eyes you as you fly up to the window. Are you the group that Emeris sent from the capital? Oh my, you're rather late, aren't
I
you?
say to the GM.
You are, yes. King Emeris sent you from the capital with a delivery for the White Fire Arcanist. Come in, come in.
The others can't fly, eh?
Ah, right.
You hear like Asher saying, "Ryan, you good up there?"
Okay, sign back.
On the ground, you see Rhyme fly into the building, and then the branch of the tree cracks and creaks and slowly lowers the cabin down until it touches the ground.
Oh,
Well, at least we've got an entrance.
well, that's handy.
And you can
I was about-
see
I was about to
inside
start climbing.
Yeah,
a
safety energy, buddy.
7-foot tall firefly.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
3 times my height.
Come inside. Come in, come in.
Well, thank you kindly.
You'll notice that her treehouse is surprisingly spacious. The main room is a crowd of potion bottles, spell books, runes, plants, and small creatures of all kinds.
Oh.
But it's not messy. It is clear that if anyone moved a single item an inch, she would know where it should be and that somebody has moved it.
Ah, that kind of. Oh no, you've just given Sean ideas, haven't you?
No.
You've given Sean ideas, John. Well done.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Please,
Oh no.
come in, rest for a while.
We want to get yeah. So we came here to give you the package. So the package that we needed.
Out of character. This bitch is sounding more and more evil by the second.
Right, come on.
Yeah, John.
Right. I was hoping someone else would say something. I'm like, I can't do anything. I don't have the stats to suss it out. Someone, please point out. This is weird.
You
Let's see
have-
what's that then.
I don't have the instinct for that shit.
I have a +1 instinct.
You have a parcel for me.
Yeah, I want an instinct on this, John.
Okay. Roll me instinct.
Oh, 15 with fear.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Okay, I'm gonna take another fear. This is fun. I have so much fear. I do
Sounds
hope I have
alright.
something soon that I can do with that. She is spooky.
No shit.
But you've known that arcanists can occasionally just be a bit weird.
That was Ryan's feeling. Just like, yeah, folks be weird sometimes.
I mean, they're not wrong.
So who's got the package?
I got it.
has-
Hang on, let me grab it.
Who has the package?
What the
Ashley does it because like they don't trust the other three with it.
I assumed it certainly wasn't going to be Barnaby or Ryan.
What package? I don't know what you're talking about.
Ashley is with me.
Yeah, I don't have a backpack or anything. Only
I
place
got
I
it.
can
Hang
see
on, let me
was
grab
just-
it. I
trust
will grab
me.
whatever the package is.
Okay.
It's a 12-foot tall slab.
It is.
Yeah, but what though?
It's a
Meat?
massive certain type
It
of
is a
shaped
large
card.
crate.
Oh, someone who likes boxes. I
that
see.
that you unload from the cart that you've travelled with.
Yeah.
And it becomes clear that the crate is too large to fit through any of the openings on the house. Until the Arcanist looks from the crate to the house and sees this same problem, waves a hand, and the house unfolds like a blossoming flower
Ooh.
until there is an opening, an archway large enough to take the crate through.
That's convenient. Sips his
How
drink.
large is this crate then? Like, because if
Did you
the
get that
crate
drink,
is
or did you just
somewhat
carry that
large,
from the tavern?
Yeah.
So, okay, you stole a mug from the tavern, coolio.
I was thirsty.
That's the least of the things he's stolen so far.
I mean, there's the shoes, there's that. What else have you taken?
There's all that produce,
the knife.
all the stuff for everything that those thieves, those threshy fucking folk, thistle folk had.
You just had to do it, didn't you?
I am an entrepreneur. I should have called him. I should have called him Derek.
You could have named him Derek.
Could have been Derek Trotter.
Derek Trotter, mate.
As you get the crate inside, through force of strength and some small amount of curse words, I'm sure.
Just me and Rhyme cheerleading from the sidelines.
The cabin shrinks closed again, but you notice it's now just a little bit bigger than it had been. She opens the crate, and inside the package lies a massive stone with a lion's face carved into it. Rhyme. You recognize this as the keystone of the Capital City Gate's main archway. The Whitefire Arcanist nods sagely as soon as she sees it, saying, "Of course the king would know to keep this delivery secret. If anyone knew your city was no longer warded, you would be conquered before sunrise.
What?
We must travel to the open vale to reinstate the ward. But such an effort of magic will attract dangerous creatures from the darkest reaches of the Sablewood. So I'll need your help.
Of course, to keep people safe, we'll be happy to help.
Another grand adventure.
Well, I'm sure the king will pay handsomely for this service.
I imagine this is a
wanna
job
be
that we are being
bloody
paid
Nora.
for, yes.
Yes,
Also, you can't. It's
exactly.
also there's more money on living people than on dead people.
Oh, that's a
You
very
say
good
that.
point.
There you guys. That's enough.
All right, so when do we leave?
We already
Soon
have.
as you're already in the cart again.
Hey,
As soon as you
I
are ready.
love transitioning montage.
You load
Right,
the
let's go.
you load the ward gate ward into the cart.
Take it in the cart, take it out the cart, put it in the cart. Ah,
just funny because you're complaining since you're on team cheerleader.
yeah, I'm not helping. I mean, I'm not. It's still annoying.
It's become team grouser, I guess.
On the directions of the Arcanist, your carriage pulls into a mysterious clearing in the shape of a perfect circle, the only area of the Sablewood you've seen without trees to block out the sky. This is the open vale.
Huh.
The Arcanist explains, this is a place used for strong ritual magic. It's where I first forged the pillars that reside in all four corners of Hush and keep the village safe. I almost died in that ritual.
So there's a chance you'll cark it on this one.
I would
Bloody hell.
very much hope not.
I mean, of course, we all hope not. It's just that if you nearly died doing it before, I mean, you got to do similar with this.
That is why you are here.
Oh, because you didn't have any help, is why you nearly carked it. Oh,
Yes.
Okay, so what do you need to? What do you need from us right now? Like, do you need? Can you get started, or
I can
we
get
just gonna-
started in about an hour.
right? So we're on the lookout then.
For now, enjoy the night air while you can. We'll be busy very soon.
Well, that doesn't make me half nervous. Thank you.
The carriage, in the middle of the vale, the carriage unfolds in much the same way that the house previously unfolded. And the Arcanist stands over the crate, humming, her body brightly glowing, flickering in the night.
she's still really weird, isn't she?
Yeah, something is up here. Her and Alfian was very strange as well. As if they're a bit away with the fairies.
I just look at those. Asher just looks at Sid like, it's because one of them is a fairy.
Well, for lack of a better term, you know what I mean.
I mean, they are a bit. All of them, like the entire town's a bit, weird.
Well, how
Well,
was
you're not-
everyone feeling here? Was it maybe it was the moss breathing in that stuff all the time makes
That's
it,
what my worry is. If there's like some sort of spore light coming off that, my worry is it's coming into the lungs of everybody. This could potentially be dangerous.
Yeah,
Do
could be.
is
Um,
how
Sipstream.
does Asher feels, John? Like, do they do they feel the same way, or like do they just feel like fine?
You don't feel like there is something unusual happening, but the town seems fine.
Hmm.
They could all just be just too happy.
I mean, if they got the ward on, like by the Arcanist, it's helping them feel comfortable and safe.
yeah.
I
it's
mean,
not
you
about-
know, in the city, we had the ward to make us feel safe, but you know, everyone there's an arsehole.
Is Hush a town or a village? Remind me.
Hush is a village.
Villages are a rather different beast to cities, aren't they?
They're all far too happy. Don't trust it. You know, when I got my drink, when I got my drink, waves his mug around. When I got my drink, he said, "Have a great day." Have a great day. God, I can't live up to that.
He's just being kind to you,
Yeah,
Barnaby.
but you know, if I got like a coffee in the city, they'd have a nice day. That's nice is more reasonable. You can have a nice day easily. Having a great day, that's ridiculous.
I
Yeah,
imagine you're thinking more about this wording than the people saying them are.
Yeah,
mhm.
agreed.
No, I'm thinking logically.
That you didn't.
These people throwing around great. It's dumb. Stupid, that is.
That sounds like you're agreeing with me that yes, you are thinking about this more than they are.
I'm thinking about it logically.
Well, in any kind of case, you just keep your guard up, and if you find anything more suspicious, just come by me. We'll figure out what's going on. But in the
Yeah.
meantime, we'll just have to do this mission and then get out of here.
I'm gonna see if there's any moss on the trees around here.
Good idea.
After an
Wow.
hour,
I'll keep an eye out, guys. You do what you need to do, and just be careful. Also, I'm gonna be early.
After an hour, the Arcanist lets out a shrill cry.
Oh,
That's normal.
The keystone has finally responded. Quickly surround me. The ritual must begin, or I'll lose the pathway. Hurry!
all right, into position.
Her body begins glowing brighter and brighter as her eyes roll backwards into her head, and the entire carriage lifts a foot off the ground.
I swear to God, if this bitch explodes.
An unearthly cry echoes from the woods, alerted by the arcane energy. You feel a rumble as 4 ancient skeletons emerge from the ground, rusted swords in hand, disturbed by whatever forces of magic the Arcanist is using. In the distance, 2 forest wraiths float ominously towards you. I'm going to start a countdown die for the ritual. It is currently at 8.
Ah, bollocks.
Wait, what does that mean?
Your goal is to hold off the enemies until the Arcanist's work is done.
Oh,
In
so
eight,
done.
in
Okay.
8 whatevers.
I've got a D8. This will tick down 1 number every time an adversary has been defeated. It will tick up every time the Whitefire Arcanist is hit with an attack. When the countdown reaches 0, the ritual will be complete and the fight will end.
Great.
I'm not sure I want to know what the game over number is.
You all die before the ritual hits 0.
Don't die.
Don't die.
Don't die.
Wasn't top of my agenda, but okay.
All right, it's up to it.
So the skeletons start shambling forward. The forest wraiths float menacingly, apparently slightly inebriated, in the distance. What do you do?
Let's start attacking the skeletons, mate.
Yeah, we're going to keep attacking. We're going to start attacking everything.
Okay.
Oh, what's going on? And I returned. Who's
Yeah,
attacking you?
skeletons from one side and wraiths coming on from the other way. The wraiths are a bit far away.
Oh dear.
We can take down whatever's closest, deal with the wraiths after. They look a bit like the magical kind, which is a bit out of my skill
They
set.
look really drunk for some reason.
And why are we
wraiths
doing
from
this?
drunkards.
Because the ritual started, we need to protect the Arcanist.
Right, got it.
So to let Tanny know, I've started a countdown dice.
Oh.
The dice is currently set to 8. When the dice reaches 0, you have successfully completed the ritual. And the fight will be over.
Right.
It will tick down 1 number each time an adversary is defeated. It will tick up any time the Whitefire Arcanist is hit with an attack.
Got it.
So,
And so I say, who acts first?
Oh, I kind of
Alex
want
did
to
had a plan.
I
Yeah,
can't
I'm
wanna go.
gonna jump in the combat, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Sid.
Sure. He'll draw his blades and become unstoppable.
Okay. See Sid draw on a deep well of guardian power built up inside him.
Sure. Cool. So I'm unstoppable. I have resistance to physical damage. Armor score is increased by my proficiency, so that is 2. So my armor score is now 6 instead of 4. And I cannot be restrained or vulnerable.
And you get
Nice.
to add the current value of your unstoppable die to your damage dice.
Nice. So that's an extra 1 because it's at 1 for now, and it goes up every time I hit someone.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the nearest skelly.
Okay.
Remind me, what do I roll for attack? It's the 2d12s.
So it's the 2d12s, and you add your agility, which with your broadsword is a +2 to the dice.
Sure. Is it a +2? Does the short sword make that +3? No, it's +2. No, it's +2.
You get a +1 from your agility and a +2 because of your short sword.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh no. 4, 6, 7.
I'm afraid
Oh,
the
8. Sorry, 8.
I'm afraid that's still not enough. The skeleton
Oh, no.
you approach blocks your blade with a sword of their own.
Oh, I'm very sorry, John, to interrupt you. I've got the ability not good enough, which allows me to re-roll any 1s or 2s, and I rolled a 1 on my hope die.
Okay. You flash this thought where the skeleton blocks your blade with its own, and no, I'm better than this.
Yeah. So that is now a 9 plus 2, 11 plus the plus that. So that's 12 now.
12 is just enough to hit.
Oh my gosh.
So you have this flash where you're like, and you're like, wait, he's going to block that way, and you just swish around and get around his defenses, apparently being able to tell this is a male skeleton holding the sword somehow. Roll me the damage for the attack.
Wow. 15.
15. You slash through, and this skeleton crunches to the ground, and the dice ticks down 1.
Nice.
Nice.
And you tick up your unstoppable dice.
Yep.
So Tanny, you said you wanted to do an attack.
I kind of want to do a stabby. Well, will it be a whack? Because I haven't tried to fight yet, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. How does one?
So
move?
you've got 3 skeletons, and you've got
Yes.
2 wraiths. The wraiths are sort of floating at very far range at the moment.
Mm.
The skeletons are at close range.
Yes.
Who would you like to attack?
One of the skeletons.
Okay.
That's not been attacked yet. I don't know how I'm going to do the wacky whack. I just one stabby stab.
So you roll your duality dice, and you add whatever it gives you in the damage, the plus for your weapon.
It says here a tier 1 magical weapon for the hallowed axe.
So you need to equip it, and then under
Oh, yeah.
active weapons in the middle,
Yep.
it should say hallowed axe, and then an ability score with the positive number to the attack.
Okay, duality. Okay. My brain is. I've equipped the hallowed axe. Duality. No. Is it duality?
In the middle of the
In the
screen,
middle of
there's
the character sheet, it
Oh,
should have
there it
active
is.
weapons. Yeah.
There it is. Boink. Boink. Oh! I have 4. I have a 4 on a 4. That's giving
Oh,
me a 10. It's a critical success.
that is a critical success. So you
Yeah.
mark a hope. If you have any stress, you clear a stress.
No stress at all.
I would now tell you to roll for damage, but it is physically impossible, I believe, for you to roll anything less than what it takes to kill a skeleton at this moment.
It says 2D. I've got a 2d10 plus 1.
Yeah, so a skeleton needs you to deal 12 damage to it. You just did 20 plus something else.
Oh, so it's obliterated at this point.
It am dead. You just rush forward, you go through it, and there's just like bone dust in the air.
Nice.
Justified.
Nice.
And like the rusted sword of the skeleton hits into the ground next to you.
Nice.
Sean Stanza, you do a thing now.
We do.
Choose one of you to do a thing.
I'd like to try and hide so I can get sneak attack at some point, but I don't think there's anywhere I can really.
There's woods around this area.
You could climb a tree.
So there's a tree line that you could dive into.
Is it close, but can I make it to the tree line?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I would like to dash to the tree line and try and break line of sight by hiding behind a tree.
Okay.
Using my class, because with the hidden thing, with the hidden status, if you will, it says I have to mark a stress to do it, but then I've got hide, which doesn't imply that I use. I just use an action to do it.
1 second. Let me look that up for you.
Because it says there's the class feature hide when you move to a location where no enemy use an action to become hidden. any rolls against you have disadvantage. The roll when you're hidden, targets also can't see. You're no longer hidden if you move.
One second. Just trying to find the roguey rogue.
Rouge.
The Rouge.
The
Looking up
rogue
the
way.
Rouge. When you move to a location where no enemies can see you, you can use an action to become hidden. Nightwalker. So Nightwalker's Shadow Stepper. Is that what you're looking at?
No, it's just the class feature hide.
Yeah, that just means you can use an action to become hidden.
Then I wish to do that.
If you use your Shadow Stepper, you can you can walk into a shadow and out of another area.
Yeah.
And you are then hidden.
Yeah, but for that I need to use a stress. I prefer not to use a stress if I don't have to use a stress. So I'm just going to...
You take an action, you run and you dive into the trees, and for all intents and purposes, everybody else here just goes, "Where'd the monkey go?"
And that will be my action for this little round of combat to allow me to get some sneaky damage next.
Stanza.
How does it work deciding whether you add to the roll or to the damage when you spend hope to use say my elemental origin?
That is a good
It's like,
question.
at what point do I decide which to add to?
Let me have a quick look at what your... No, up the top there, please. Let me have a quick look at what your elemental origin does.
You can spend a hope and describe how your control of this element helps an action roll, then add either +2 to the roll or +3 to the damage.
I think you'd need to do it before you roll.
So I need to decide which one to do before the roll.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, let's gamble. I flutter down and tap the ground with the butt end of my my jewel staff, and ice streaks out to try freeze the remaining skeleton's feet to the ground.
Okay.
To make it a better target for more susceptible to my jewel staff. Ooh, that is a 16 with hope.
Okay, so mark up a hope.
Okay, I get the hope back immediately.
Net 0. And is this targets one of them or both of them?
One of them. I thought both.
Okay.
I thought that there was only one skeleton left.
There's 2 skeletons left because there was 4 skeletons to begin with.
Oh, right. Well,
so this will
picking. Okay.
This will target number
target,
3 at
sure.
the moment.
Yeah.
So is this damage, or does it just become?
By default, it has a +3. I mean, I'm not entirely sure where that +3 comes from.
Okay. So this is the damage of your jewel staff.
Yeah, I just know my sheet it has a +3 added to the roll, and I figured I'd double check before I made that a +6.
Okay. Yeah, that's a +6 now with your control over ice.
Okay. If that sounds right to you.
That does sound about right.
Yeah.
Ooh. 14.
A third skeleton crunches. Its feet freeze to the ground and ice spreads up it. Who's going next?
Is that all the skeletons down?
There's at least
There's one skeleton left, and there are two of the forest wraiths.
I'll take down the last skeleton. As I'm not sure how I can hit a wraith.
Okay.
Cool. Sorry, what am I adding? It's the 2 die plus the
Plus
hit is
the
agility.
+2 for you, yeah.
Yes. So that's 14.
14 will hit.
Oh, double 6 on the d8s.
Okay, the fourth skeleton shatters.
ooh.
Nice.
And was that with hope or fear?
What the roll to hit?
The hit roll, yeah.
The hit roll was fear.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wraith time.
It is wraith time. So I'm going to start off by spending 2 of my action tokens to summon another, to use my Vengeance of the Veil ability. And 2 of the ancient skeletons emerge from the ground. From within very close range of Sid. One of the forest wraiths will look towards the group, raise a hand towards Rhyme, and it is going to attempt a life drain.
Assume that uses my evasion?
So that will be a 13 against your evasion.
Oh, damn it. I was trying to ask so I could mark Stresh.
Trash.
But you've already rolled it, so it's too late.
I know. If what does the stress does add to your
It has
evasion,
to be
doesn't it?
before an adversary's attack roll. I suspect I think that would have hit anyway, because my evasion is 11.
Okay. So it deals 7 plus 8, 15 points of magic damage to you.
Oh.
Okay, I'm spending an armor to take that down to major damage.
And that was a fear. No, it wasn't. That was an action.
You lied to us.
I lied.
Can't believe you've done that.
The other one is going to move forwards towards Asher.
Oh,
and
my
then
character.
then I'm going to spend a fear to use the pass-through ability on Asher, and the spirit moves forward and through you.
Oh.
Oh no.
Asher does a... No, it's not going to hit. 6
No.
hit your evasion.
How much? Did you
6.
say? No. Oh my god. Oh,
It lunges towards you and you see it coming, and at the last second you throw yourself to the side. And then I've got one more action token left, so I'm going to get one of the skeletons to make an attack against Sid, which is a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
It swings a rusty sword at you for a grand total of 3 physical damage.
That doesn't even pierce my armor.
So it swings a sword at you.
It's like a clone.
Wasn't that nice?
Oh my gosh.
He's just trying to fan you. It's just
And
Can I
that
use
is,
retaliation? Even if I didn't take damage, but
I believe you need to take a hit point of damage, don't you, for retaliation, or is that something?
yeah, it says when you
different?
take damage. But yeah, that's fine.
yeah. If you didn't take any, then
No retaliating if you don't take damage.
Oh wait, I've got vengeance in my subclass.
never mind. I've got this thing as well.
Never mind, I've got this instead.
Oh.
You're hit by an enemy in melee range. Immediately roll a number of d6 equal to the amount of hit points you marked. For each result of
0.
You didn't mark any hit points.
yeah, so that's fine. Okay, cool.
You
Oh
may
yeah, well I
roll.
got this thing instead.
You may roll
But wait,
0
I
dice.
play Pot of Greed.
Oh, that's not how this children's card game works.
So I draw Pot of Greed.
Draw
Oh,
another pot of greed.
I draw another pot of greed.
uh,
So many pot of
Then
greed.
get all of Exodia.
Oh God, no.
Then I get greed of plot.
that won't get past this forest wraith swords of revealing light. And then I send you to the Shadow Realm. But anyway, that's all of my action tokens for now. So back to you guys.
Good for you.
I want to try and take out one of these wraiths, but I don't know if I can. So they're all spoopy and shit, right?
Yes,
They're full of the spooping in.
they are very spoopy.
So I don't know. And
One
obviously with
of
this
them
being-
is now sort of floating down next to where Asher is.
Oh hell no.
I mean, there's only one way we can find out if physical damage does anything to them. So
Time to punch a ghost.
I'm going to look at this unique hope feature to try and
Oh, no.
determine when I need to activate it. I don't know.
What does it say?
It says I can spend 3 hope to increase my sneak attack damage. Until your next short rest, you add 3d6 instead of 1d6.
I think whenever then.
So I'm going to activate that. I'm going to spend 3 hope.
Okay.
So my sneak attack is ridiculous right now. And
I
then
would-
I'm going to try and take...
I'm just going to interrupt you, not in saying that you're doing anything wrong, but I'm going to remind everybody that if you have 3 hope, you can initiate a team-up maneuver
I have 3 hope.
where
Surprisingly.
you ask somebody else to assist you with a thing, and you describe how the 2 of your characters work together. You get to both roll for the attack, and you pick one of your dice. One of your rolls is chosen for both hits. And then to roll the damage for that attack, you both roll the damage of whatever your attack is and add it all together.
Ooh.
Oh,
But now, back to the maneuver in progress.
So, yeah, I'm going to peek out from my hiding place, and I'm going to attempt to shoot one of the wraiths.
Okay.
Not the one that's all mingled with... Just in case I end up hitting Asher. So, I'm going to attempt shooting Wraithy Poo.
So
With the-
we're
with
going to
the
say
sneak-
that Wraith
sneak-
1 is the one that is up and far away from you guys, and Wraith 2 is
Yeah.
down next to Asher right now.
Cool beans. So, it's just a normal attack, isn't it? It's not like an advantage or anything.
It is just an... unless Hidden gives you something for that.
I don't believe it doesn't seem to... I get everything against me has disadvantage. but I don't see anything here saying I get advantage from it. So I don't think I do.
1 second. When you're out of sight, you can typically use an action to gain hidden in certain circumstances. While hidden, any rolls against you have disadvantage. You are no. Yeah, so yeah, it is just. It's really
Straight down.
difficult to hit you.
Practically impossible to hit me.
Yeah.
So I am going to roll a normal old attack roll. That is a 23 with hope.
Okay, so take a hope.
I'll take a hope. And does a 23 hit the spoopy man?
Let me double check, but I'm
gonna hope it
fairly
does.
certain that it does.
I sure hope it does.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Right, so then the damage, which also includes 3 more d6, is 20 total damage.
Okay, so it hurts.
It hurts them.
You can see the Wraith does take some damage. It's not as damaging as you would expect that attack to be.
So some sort of resistance to physical damage there. Then is Shadow Stepper an action thing? Or do I just spend the stress and do it?
I believe that it's just a spend a stress and do it. If it doesn't say uses an action.
It doesn't say anything about uses an action. It's just if you're in a shadow, you can mark a stress to disappear.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mark a stress and disappear into the shadows and reappear like a little bit further around the glade, and I'm hidden again.
You all see the similar form of your friend appear out of the shadows, launch a crossbow bolt, and then just step back in and merge into the darkness, and you lose track of him once again.
I cannot see you. You cannot see me. I'm hidden.
As the Wraith shrieks from the damage, it turns to look and see what did this to it. Who goes next?
I mean, I have an idea.
Sure.
I have a suggestion.
Suggestion.
Okay. So Sid has these 2 skeletons coming up. Yes.
Correct.
Okay. I flirted Sid just so like. Okay, I can cast my ice daggers, but have them knock the skeletons inwards towards you, and then you can do a big swing. How's that sound?
Okay.
I'm spending free hope for a combo.
Okay. So both roll for this attack.
Cool.
Yeah, and I spend another hope to actually conjure the throwing blades.
So it's a 14.
Oh,
no, it's not. Sorry. It's a 19. Hope.
Oh, that's very good. I got a 9 hope.
So you can pick either of those rolls.
Yeah, do we both get an extra hope for rolling with hope?
You do both. Well, what happens is you pick the 19, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So you both gain hope because the roll was with hope.
Sweet.
Both now roll your damage and add it together.
Oh.
And then I apply it to the bad guy.
12.
15.
Ooh.
So I'm going to mark the ritual counter down twice.
Nice.
Woo!
as you fling out this barrage of throwing knives, and the two skeletons raise up out of the ground, look really menacing for a second, clunk a sword off of the top of Sid, and it just gets stabbed through the back with these blades, and then just cast to the ground with the attack from Sid.
Awesome.
And now the only enemies still standing are the wraiths.
One's near me, right?
One is near you. It just tried to glide through you.
I'm gonna try and hit it.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. I think I want to try something out, but then again, it depends. Effect features. I want to try. I'm not far, so I'm close, aren't I?
You are close to this target, yes.
Well, I won't be able to do that thing unless. Is that one only very close? Is there any more near me?
The one is it would be in melee with you.
Right. But is there any more near me?
There is one at far range.
I could only do one, but that won't work. Alright, I'm gonna have to go by the axe again.
Okay.
Oh, 24 with hope.
So mark a hope.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Attack.
And roll the damage.
Roll. 10.
And is that physical damage?
It says magical.
Okay.
So I'm assuming magical damage?
That is
magical.
that is magical damage, not physical.
Yeah. Magical damage.
You swing the axe through, and you can see that this time the wraith takes this damage is as damaging as you expect a holy axe swinging through a wraith to be. It is not pleased with you. It's still undead, but it's still moving, not alive. But it is hurt by your attack. Who wishes to go next?
Rhyme, save your spells. I'm gonna finish this one off myself.
Thumbs up.
Cool. I'm gonna go for that wraith. That was that hasn't been taken down yet.
Okay. Both of the wraiths are still up.
Not good. That's a 7.
Yes.
I'm afraid a 7 doesn't hit.
Ooh.
Boo.
Boobs.
Was that with
see what you
hope
did
or hope or fear?
It was hope.
Okay, so mark a hope. You get that. But what it also means is it's my turn now.
Oh no! I wasted a turn. Sorry.
It happens eventually.
So I'm going to spend one of my action tokens to use the wraith that is down next to you both is going to turn to Sid and use Memory Delve.
Oh.
That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Come on. All right.
I'm
Fine.
going to rummage through your memories and find the most embarrassing shit you've ever done.
And
So
your
while I-
armor if you want to use it.
While I find the other damage dice I'm going to need for this roll, could you describe to me and the rest of everybody here a terrifying moment from Sid's childhood?
Okay. In the kind of marshy kind of like village where he hailed from, it's quite remote. Not many people come through there. But one day, like a oversized direwolf came through. It was, as he got older, he realized that's a kind of it's a normal thing. An animal might stray towards the water for sustenance, but this thing just towered over him. And being as an adult in his middling years, only 3 foot tall, can you imagine a childlike Sid towering in the shadow of a direwolf that, for all intents and purposes, wasn't interested in him, but fully knew it could eat him, and he blacked out from fear.
As that thought rushes back into your mind, Sid, you take 17 points of magic damage.
Oh my gosh!
And you become vulnerable.
Oh,
No.
I cannot be vulnerable because I am unstoppable.
Very nice.
So how much damage is that? So I can mark off. I want to mark some moment slots to reduce the damage.
Okay.
What's the damage again?
17.
I'm gonna knock off 3 armor because my armor is 6 now.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock off 3 armor slots, so that's 6, 12, 18. So don't take damage. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Great.
The
Don't take
the
damage.
wraith caresses your face,
Oh,
and this memory from childhood comes to your mind, and you
thank you.
remember that you are unstoppable and a force to be reckoned with.
That's right. Back off.
And I'm gonna spend another action token for the other wraith to use its gonna life drain against we're gonna try and make an attack against the hidden target that's flitting through the forest.
Fuck you!
That is gonna be that would have been a 17 on one dice, but a 6 on the other. So does a 6 hit your armor class?
Oh, fuck you!
Cool. I'm going to spend another action token and a fear to do another pass-through attack against... let's do it against... character names. Rhyme this time.
Okay, I'm spending hope to be extra dodgy.
A little bit woo, a little bit way, a little bit...
You start weaving from side to side, and does a 6 hit your armor class? Your evasion.
Didn't need to spend the hope, but yeah, so no, it does not.
The wraith launches forward at you, and you just whoop to the side. One of these days.
One of these days, Alice.
And I'm going to
One of
spend
these
another
days.
to attempt another attack against Mr. Hidden. Does a 13 hit your armor class? Evasion?
No!
Wow, this guy's got some armor. Or
Damn
some
it.
evasion.
I picked the most evasion-heavy class with the most evasion-heavy race with the most evasion-heavy armor.
Yeah, any roll
He's a
character at
sneaky
disadvantage.
bastard. So that's all of my action tokens gone, and a chunk of fear used up. So back over to you guys.
Nice. How close are the 2 wraiths to each other?
One of them has stayed at very far range, so would be at very far range from each other.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't sure if I didn't know how close one had to be to some of the attacks it was doing.
The one there is one that is moved down into melee range with the group.
So when it's very far, is it up or is it like across as well?
It's sort of at the edge of the tree line.
Okay.
A little bit up, but mostly just at a distance.
I'm gonna be play it a bit safe and just so like do a relatively low flourish cast, so like just using my dual staff effectively.
Okay.
Still just fling an icicle at the nearest one.
Okay.
Does an wait? Oh yeah, it's added. Okay. Does a 14 hit with hope?
A 14 will hit. Mark that hope. And roll your
Eh,
damage.
Let's get those D6s out and rolling. That's a 9.
Sorry, what? Sorry?
9.
And is that magic damage, I assume, because it's your...
Oh yeah, sending a magic icicle going through this waves billowing spookiness.
The wraith parts around the icicle. You can see that it hurts, but it is not down yet.
Why don't you die?
I know, right?
Why don't you
Pretty
die?
much.
Rude.
Right. I wish to shoot one of them.
Okay.
Because I want to shoot one of them. I really want to shoot one. I really want to shoot them.
Okay.
Um.
Are you going to go for near or far?
Well, wherever you are.
Does either of them look worse for wear, or are they both just wibbly and ghostly and fucking?
Imagine the one in melee range is worse off.
The one that is in melee range with the group in the center of the circle is looking pretty bad at the moment.
And the one in the tree line is looking hurt, but not
Hurt,
as
but
bad.
not close to re-death.
Finish it.
Right. I'm, as in finish the one in melee, or finish the one.
Oh, whatever, man. Like, I'll let you choose.
I'm
Slack, don't worry.
I'm going to peek out from my little hidey place, and I'm going to go for the one in melee range
Okay.
because he's a bit more, and my attacks aren't going to do as much anyway because they're all physical. So I'm going to roll. That'll be 2 8s.
So that'll hit.
That'll be a critical success there.
Yep. Mark a hope. Clear a stress.
Clear a stress. Out the way, rolling thing.
Whatever you would roll on the dice. Add the maximum that you can roll on the dice to the damage that you roll.
That includes my sneak attack?
I don't know for certain, but I'm going to go with yes.
So that will be... Hold on.
So I think the sneak attack alone is an 18, isn't it?
Well, it's currently... All damage, all told, at the moment, is 5d6.
Jeebus Crips.
Oh, jeez.
Because the crossbow itself is 2... The crossbow itself is 2d6, and then I've got my rogue hope... My rogue's hope thing, which is increasing my sneak attack to 3d6 instead. So...
Okay.
So...
Roll me some damage.
5. So... That'll be, hold on, 31. Just quickly roll that. That will be... Hold on, why aren't you rolling properly? Okay, oh. That's wrong. No. There we go. Anyway, there. That'll be 52 damage.
What?
Oh, sorry.
So...
How?
Well, it's
gosh.
30 with the maximum of the dice already.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
and then rolled. I have a +1 anyway, so technically it's 5d6 rolled plus 31.
So he is resistant to physical damage, which means he halves it.
Yeah.
That is still above his severe threshold.
Good. I should fucking hope so.
Right.
So the wraith that is down in melee range with the group, an arrow flies out of nowhere, passes through it, and the wraith looks to try and pull itself back together again after the attack, and just dissipates into the air.
Nice.
As you all look around, I just throw a peace sign, mark a stress, and disappear into the shadow.
Back into the shadow realm.
Love it.
Who does what next?
Me.
There's
I
one
don't know if anyone wants to
race
go.
yet.
I think anyone wants to...
It's Tanny. I'm not sure.
Me. I'm going by the same guy again.
So there's
that's me.
the guy that's near you just got evaporated, but you can move up to the guy that's at far range.
Oh wait, I don't have to. I want to try something out.
Or you can do that.
Do that thing then.
I want to use. Oh, but then again, I need to do it with a group of people. I can use this press against a target or a group of targets within very close range. Treating it as an instinct weapon now. I'm gonna do that. Oh no, but I can do bolt beacon. I could do bolt beacon.
You could do bolt
Oh,
beacon.
bacon.
Bolt beacon. Someone just scared me on my side here. Okay. All right. Cast roll. So I make a spell cast roll against a target within fire range. On a success, spend a hope to send a bolt of shimmering light towards them. Treat it as a ranged weapon, dealing 2d8 plus 2 magic damage using my proficiency, making them glow brightly. And they become very vulnerable.
So
Let's go! Doink. Oh no. 23 with fear?
Okay, so I get a fear. But I'm assuming a 23 beats the number that it's asking for in the spellcast roll.
Yeah. So like 9 hope, 12 fear, plus 2.
So you fling forth this bolt of magical energy, spend your hope, and roll the damage.
5? Dear God. That's horrible.
What?
5 points of damage.
Just
1 and 2.
5.
It's now
Luckily, it takes a damage.
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
I guess it's his turn now, huh?
And it is vulnerable.
Oh.
Damn
Sweet.
it!
Because that's what the attack says, isn't it, Tanny?
It becomes temporarily vulnerable.
So if a creature is vulnerable,
No.
Tanny, describe how it is vulnerable.
I feel like it would be like because it's been brightened up, because it glows brightly. It's kind of like almost like kind of a glitch situation. It's trying to stay where it is, and then keeps fading away. It's like almost a glitch, fading off, coming back, fading off, coming back. Glitch kind of effect.
You see this sort of magical, holy aura around it that is sort of pushing against the dark magic of the wraith. Attacks against a creature that is vulnerable have advantage, which means you add a d6 to your attack roll.
Oh.
Somebody.
But it is my turn because you rolled with fear.
Oh
no.
yeah.
So I get to make an attack. It is gonna move into close target with Asher.
Oh no, that means he's within wedgie range.
Oh, hell no.
Asher, does a 7 hit your evasion?
That hits just on my evasion.
I would
So
like
would that
for you to describe to us all a terrifying moment from Asher's childhood.
Oh.
when they received an atomic wedgie.
Mm. One day when Asher was on their travels, they tried to save a group of people. And unfortunately, it just didn't turn out right. The creature that attacked these people, he stood in fear. And he couldn't help them.
Okay. You will now take 17 points of magic damage.
Oh, okay.
Goodness me.
17. Can I use my armor?
You can use your armor.
Do we have resistance against it? I should have put apply resistance, but I don't have resistance to it.
Don't believe you have resistance to this.
No.
Um,
I'm just having a look around.
And you are vulnerable.
Okay. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna have 2.
Is that 2 of us vulnerable, or has it?
The ghosty is vulnerable, and Asher is vulnerable.
So basically, every time I say like I'm gonna add 2 slots in it, it still marks 2 hit points at the end.
It will only change if you mark it, like you reduce the damage below your threshold.
Right.
So if reducing it by 2 of your armor scores, it's still above your major threshold, it will still mark 2 hit points.
Right.
So what's your armor score?
My armor score is 0.
0?
Oh.
I don't have any armor, it's just 0.
Did you equip your armor?
No.
Then maybe equip your armor. For a start,
Just going to
put your clothes on.
I'm just going to quickly find the appropriate GIF here. You know. There we go.
It's +4.
There we go.
Let me just redo this. Let me just redo this frickin' thing. Let's take the 2 off. Right. It was 17, right?
17.
Right. +2. I should have. Okay. Doesn't work as much, but yeah. Normal.
Okay. I'm going to spend 2 more of my action tokens to do the Vengeance of the Veil again, and 2 more skeletons rise out of the ground near Rhyme.
Oh, come on.
And then I'm going to spend a final action token that I had for one of the skeletons to try and bash Rhyme with a rusted sword.
No, think of the tetanus.
Rhyme, does a 13 hit your evasion?
Yes.
You take a mighty 2 physical damage.
God!
I feel like I can. Oh yeah, I can use my rune ward so long as I don't roll an 8. Might see if I can get away with none. I get away with none.
But how about 0 damage?
Yeah, how about that?
Oh.
Just sort of like this sword swings towards Rhyme, and they grasp hold of their enchanted tattoo needle and sort of like and evade harm.
Okay, it is your guys' turn again. There is one glitching wraith that is stood over the top of a frightened Asher, terror locked on their face. And 2 skeletons.
Finish off this wraith.
Could you remind me of what the timer is?
The timer is currently at 1.
Oh, take that,
Now,
Rafe.
well, okay. Who wants? Well, we're gonna have to figure out who gets to make their attempt first, I guess. Because I was like, you have everything you want to do. I have everything I want to do.
Everyone just does what they want
I
to
want to
do.
do a thing.
Do you want to combine your thing if you have enough hope? I've got plenty of hope to spare.
I have.
Oh, I
loads
mean,
of
if
hope
you
as
have
well.
3 hope, then yeah, we can make it a combo.
What was your idea?
Well, I mean, like my solo. I don't have a combo idea, but my solo idea is Rain of Blades again. Daggers of Ice.
Yeah,
Because
why
I
don't you
get
go for that?
extra
Because
damage.
that was really powerful. It's probably stronger than whatever I can pull out. And then
I mean, we can combo it if you want.
so at least
like
one. Yeah.
like maybe sort of like I summon enough daggers to make a bit of a tiny hurricane to drive this wraith to the ground to where you're ready for it.
Sure, if we can do that, yeah. If that's allowed,
Yeah, by all means. Roll your attacks. You get to add a d6 to the roll
Oh yeah.
because it is currently vulnerable.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. That's a double. No, it's
Oh.
not. Okay. It's not.
Okay, okay, we'll calm
Yeah,
down.
I will calm down.
Step.
Go to
Very
22.
chill.
15, 17, 19.
We both rolled well.
So was that
19.
22 with hope?
Correct.
No fear.
Okay, so that you pick the
We
22
pick
with
whose
hope,
roll we go with.
Yes.
and you both gain a hope,
Sweet.
and then roll your damage for this attack.
Get to roll 3d8. Because, like, assuming the wraith is still vulnerable.
Oh, well, that's only for the attack.
No, Rain of Blades says if any targets you hit are currently vulnerable, they take an additional 1d8 magic damage.
Oh.
Wow.
Then yes,
That's why I
it
was
is,
going
it
for
is
Rain
still
of Blades.
vulnerable. It is definitely
Yeah.
still vulnerable. And Dara, what do you roll for your damage?
Oh, do I add a d6 for damage, or is that
No, just for the just for the attack.
cool? That is 9 plus 2 is 11 plus 3 is 14.
Okay. This swirl of ice daggers appears in the air and drives the wraith to the ground, and Sid leaps forward and brings the sword up through it as it comes down, and the two sets of blades, the one large sword and the many small magical ice daggers, drive into this glowing, glitching wraith that just winks out of existence.
Sweet.
And the dice counter goes to 0.
Awesome.
Ooh.
As you deliver a powerful blow, the ritual ends. The carriage crashes to the ground as the keystone vibrates with arcane energy. Then all at once, a soundless explosion erupts from the white fire arcanist, dissipating the 2 skeletons that remain standing, and the clearing is quiet once again.
Oh.
Back inside the treehouse, not an hour later, the keystone sits suspended carefully above a rumbling fire in the hearth. The arcanist, who somehow looks even older now than she did before, sits cross-legged in an overstuffed chair. There is exhaustion in her voice as she speaks. You fought hard. I'm not surprised, of course. The king keeps good company.
We're pretty fucking amazing.
I'm very
Invisible
glad.
dodge tank.
I am very glad you were there.
Takes a sip from his tankard.
That ritual seemed to have cost you a fair bit. Are you going to be all right?
I will survive this time.
That's ominous.
Yeah. Do you
Hopefully,
have anyone helping you out? Someone who could replace you if you're sick, or are you going to be all right?
I have people that I have proteges that will take my place when the time comes. Hopefully, not too soon.
Agreed.
There is time now. The keystone will need a week, maybe more, to allow the magic to settle. I'll need to watch it carefully to ensure nothing cracks or becomes sentient or anything of the like. You know how it is.
Yeah, we
No,
do.
we don't know how it is. What?
Don't worry about it.
I'm pretty worried about it. Anyone hear the sentient bit?
That's why we're keeping it here for a little bit.
In the meantime, after you rest and gather yourselves, have a nice hot meal and a warm bath. I have one more thing to ask of you.
Yeah, sure.
We pull out of the Arcanist's home, out of the forest itself, and to view the verdant expanse from above, and see twisting stone spires breaking through the tree line, each with a flame flickering within the tower like a beacon. She continues. There's a spire just west of here, maybe a few hours' walk. I felt it on the way to the ritual. Its power was strange. The light felt weaker than it should be. I think something might be terribly wrong with the Spire Keeper. I fear what will happen if its light is extinguished altogether. When you're ready, come back. I'll give you my map so you can make it there safely. It's good to have the heroes in the Sablewood again.
Well, keeping people safe is something that we can do, and well, I can only speak for myself. I'll be happy to help. What about you lot?
It's made worth my time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it could be.
That's what I like to hear.
There may be a few days of travel to gather resources to repair this problem, but I'm sure arrangement can be made for that.
Yeah.
And that is where we will end today's session.
Yay. Nice one.
That's so good.
So before we do the normal outros and things, I'm just going to say, how did you guys feel that went? Did you guys enjoy how Daggerheart plays?
Terrible.
I think this is going to take a while for me to get used to. This is not my Nathan.
I quite liked it. It was it's yeah. I mean, like any game, you get it's front loaded with a lot of info, but once the game gets into a good flow, I like how kind of like I don't know, like combat's fairly simple, streamlined. I mean, once you get your head around it, of course,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of hit points to mark, and the mental maths isn't too heavy. Yeah,
I feel it's a lot more accessible than. I mean, as much as 5e is accessible, it's the most
Yeah.
accessible. It's the most accessible D&D that's ever been.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. Agreed.
There is still a wall with D&D of like you need to know how a lot of stuff works. With this, it's like I was getting it fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It was very easy to pick up.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying
Okay.
so far.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see if there's something later on that fucks it up royally.
I love the combos.
I love being a sneaky bastard. This has been that's the other thing as well with D&D rogues. They always seem
Combos,
very, with D&D rogues. They always seemed far too complicated for me.
Yeah.
With this, it's a piece of piss.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a while for me to get used to, but I think after a while I'll be like, okay.
Well, hopefully by the end of next session, Tanny, you'll
understand it properly. 'Cause I
understand
was
it,
just
and
like,
then we'll never
my
play it
brain's
ever
just-
again.
My brain just didn't seem to like really click on what I really needed to do, and that was something that is becoming difficult for me now. It's just like, oh, like the fact is that I didn't equip all my fucking stuff. That's probably the reason why I keep having less pain, more pain than normal.
That is possible.
Should I even equip my stamina potion and my sigil of gold and nomadic packs?
I don't think the stamina potion, if you equip it, does anything.
No, but I've got the holodex and the round shield and my Gabison armor on.
As long as you've got those items equipped, I believe that's
your
fine.
armor and your weapons. That's all you need.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Jesus, this is
You, John, how do you feel about Daggerheart?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I think that went well. I'm liking the way the initiative works. I think that's very interesting. I think it's a nice way of making it feel more it's both dynamic but also focuses on keeping you guys in the action.
Yeah.
The idea that not only does the opponent in the combat have things that it can do, but the surroundings can have actions or abilities or things that can come up. So like the Vengeance of the Veil ability there was an action that wasn't on either of the villains, it was on the space that you were in.
Okay.
And likewise, looking ahead a little bit to the next adventure in the sort of two adventure plot line, one of the fighting locations near the start of the second episode, you have a space where you can climb and move around at height to gain advantage on creatures that are lower down than you.
If only we had a magnificent climby bastard.
Only there was somebody who was specialized in that sort of thing.
If only there was someone who had an ancestry trait of a natural climber. If only.
Yeah, I don't know where we'll find such a person. But
yeah, I don't have to find one.
But like that sort of keeping the battlefield dynamic as well as the opponents.
Yeah.
And also like not just it being a case of me as the GM describing the location, but sort of opening it up to say, okay, so what's different about this place? What's unique that's here?
That's the good thing about like narrative focused game is like it gives the players a chance to put something in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also nicely done that it wasn't focused enough to to make it less likely to draw blank. Like so, like a bad case of getting players to paint the scene is just like, okay, you go into this room. What's in the room? Just so like, people are gonna struggle with that. You focus it like, what's weird, what smell. Just like, yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah, something that you're naturally going to sort of lean towards being able to answer somehow. I also did enjoy the descriptions it gave me of the three different characters. It basically had, when you arrive in the town, these are the three people they can run into. They can run into them in any order. They can be anywhere in the town, but these are these are three example NPCs. Fidget, a they them human. Lausa, a female dwarf with a giant beard and a barrel of ale. And Halion 5, who has this fox bat on their shoulder. And speaks in soft tones. So, now I guess it's time for me to do the wrap-up thing. For a start, Daryl, do you want to just tell us a quick thing about where they can find more of your stuff?
Yes, you can find us for No Small Roles at No Small Roles on. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are also on Twitter. You can find me at Daryl.Bailey or Daryl at Daryl_Bailey on Twitter or Instagram, whichever one pops up. I'm the only one. You can find us there. And No Small Roles are coming up to we're in the final arc of our first campaign. So pay
Exciting
close
times.
attention to that because we will be the campaign will be coming to an end this spring.
And it's available wherever you can get good podcasts.
Absolutely everywhere.
Thank you guys in the chat so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way you can help us. Lets you know when we go live, and it's a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. It really does mean a lot to us. We have a Discord you can join to chat with us about the games we're playing and things that we're doing. We have a YouTube channel that you can go to catch all of our previous things, what we have done. And we have a website, finalbossfight.co.uk, that you can go to catch all of the stuff we do, all of the written content, audio, video, photos. Jeff is selling a book on Amazon now. I don't know if anybody's seen that's a thing that's happening. You can get it for Kindle.
That's new.
That's new. We should have the details on the website at some point soon for that. Yeah, take a look at all of those things. And let's have a quick look at some of the streams that we've got coming up in the next week or so. Some of these are accurate.
I find that unlikely.
On Sunday, the Dungeon of the Mad Mage is going to continue, and after the slaughter of the Bullywogs, they did start it, but the Dungeon of the Mad Mage crew definitely finished it. The group are going to be continuing to pick their way through the Slither Swamp. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week, the Angel Games player is playing the Angel Games Player Roulette over on the Angel Games Player channel. I can say that many times. Where they play a random game, which I think at the moment their roulette wheel is stuck very firmly on Infinity Nikki. So if you enjoy that sort of content, head over to the Angel Games Player and give them a follow. And then Wednesday next week, myself, Tanny, Angel, and Ben will be back to play some more of our modded Minecraft server shenanigans, where I think we should probably start considering what we might need to do to probably get some enchantments before we head into the Deep Dark and find an ancient city. So stay tuned for that. For now, let's do a raid. Let's raid. I'm going to speak slowly until the page comes up, as per usual.
Eventually, we'll know you're raiding.
I've not seen them live for a little while, and it looks like they are currently streaming supporting Special Effect, which I think is an amazing cause that should have lots of sponsorship, because they bring gaming equipment to people with various disabilities. So we are going to go over and raid into Aravel, who is currently playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. Go give Ara some love. They are taking part in Game Blast 2025. Go give them some love, and if you can, give them some donations. We'll see you guys again real soon. For now, so long. Bye, guys.
Bye.